Please remain standing. The flags on the podium represent the countries of origin of Ripon College graduates and other students. We honor them with their flags. We now honor the flags of Wisconsin and the United States of America with the presentation of flags by cadets of the Ripon College ROTC unit. Please remove your caps. Cadets, present the colors. You may be seated. Good afternoon. Members of the graduating class, your parents and families, faculty and staff, and distinguished guests. I am Tom Abendroth, Chairman of the Ripon College Board of Trustees and a proud member of the class of 1981. We are here today to celebrate you, the graduates, outdoors on a beautiful day, together. Who would have thought 18 months ago that saying the word together would have such meaning? But a year ago, 3 months into a pandemic, we were uncertain about when we would be together again. We are here today because the Ripon College community rose to the occasion. Our faculty and staff worked tirelessly to prepare Ripon to open last fall. And during this year, all of you, students, faculty, and staff, adapted to a whole new way of operating, and you made the college experience happen. You, the students, with the support of your parents and loved ones, exemplified the best qualities of Ripon College. You listened, you learned, and you adapted. You respected the restrictions, and in doing so, you respected each other. You will always remember this year, I'm pretty certain of that, and you will always be remembered. You are the class that persevered together. I am so proud of you and so proud of the entire Ripon College community. Today is truly a day to celebrate.
Good afternoon. It has been a tradition at Ripon since 1957 to focus each commencement upon a particular theme. The theme changes each year, but it always relates to the college's commitment to the liberal arts. This, the 154th commencement at Ripon, celebrates the theme Wisconsin Music, Riffs from the Heartland, by recognizing regional partners who play an important role in continuing to build the lasting legacy music plays in our community, in our state, and beyond. Our keynote speaker and honorary degree recipient, John Harmon, is a widely commissioned composer. He's written for the Milwaukee Symphony Orchestra, as well as the Orchestra of Los Angeles, the Fox Valley Symphony, and the Santa Fe Chamber Orchestra. His music contains elements of jazz, as well as Americana and Native American influences. Harmon graduated from Lawrence University in 1957, for which we will forgive him, with a degree in music composition. The summer after graduation, Harmon attended the first session of the Lenox School of Jazz, a legendary summer program recognized as one of the first educational programs with a jazz curriculum. Harmon also studied with Oscar Peterson, whom he credits for improving his playing abilities. Each year, the college also celebrates its establishment as a school in 1851 by honoring community partners with the Founders Day Award. This award is given to individuals or organizations who exemplify the ideals of the founders of Ripon College and who have contributed above and beyond to the mission of the institution. I'm pleased to present both the 2020 and 2021 Founders Day Awards. Here to receive the Founders Day Awards are Maria Dietrich, Educator and Community Arts Administrator, and Fond du Lac County Health Department Representatives Kimberly Muller, Health Officer, and Danielle Vollendorf, Supervisor of Environmental Health. Will you please come forward? The amount of comfort and relief provided to us through the past year by both music and our healthcare system has been immeasurable. Let me turn to Maria first. Maria's leadership and history as a music educator, administrator, and community leader has made Ripon a better place to live, work, and study. Maria is a native of Indiana and received her degree in music from Lawrence University. What's up with all the Lawrence grads here? Before retiring last year, she had been an adjunct instructor of piano at Ripon College for 30 years and accompanied student musical productions, student choirs, and individual solists. In the wider community, she worked for the Green Lake Festival of Music as the administrative director and served on the board and as a development director and executive director of the Thrasher Opera House in Green Lake until 2019. She's also been a pianist and organist at the First Congregational Church in Ripon and taught private piano lessons. She has said, and I quote, "Music is a way of bringing beauty into the world. It's a special way of communicating that doesn't need language. It cuts across languages and boundaries. Everybody can appreciate music. If we musicians can communicate our joy to the audience, too, that's also a special connection." So please join me in congratulating Maria. I'd like to turn now to Kim and Danielle, who are here on behalf of the Fond du Lac County Health Department. The selfless work of medical professionals this past year was and continues to be truly remarkable. The vital behind-the-scenes support of the Fond du Lac County Health Department is one of the many reasons Ripon College has been able to stay together in person on campus this entire academic year. Day after day, week after week, and month after month, the county health department has consistently gone above and beyond for all of us. Since the pandemic hit in March 2020, the department has worked with Ripon College and 3 other institutions of higher education in Fond du Lac County, as well as K through 12 schools, healthcare facilities, and businesses of all sizes to ensure that we were kept informed of current information and the best practices to deal with the pandemic. The department has 31 employees and 20 temporary contact tracers, and they work closely with the CDC, as well as the Department of Health Services, Agnesian Healthcare, and Ripon College met with this group, met with the department regularly so that we were on the same page, actually weekly. Over the course of the pandemic, their workload increased with many more hours. They took on new tasks and responsibilities. And so for going above and beyond on behalf of all of us, thank you for your ongoing service and dedication to the betterment of our community. Annually at commencement, the college also celebrates an outstanding elementary, middle, or high school teacher or administrator with its Distinguished Educator Award. This award is given to an educator who has greatly impacted students and is admired by fellow teachers for strong scholarship and leadership while maintaining excellent student engagement. I'm pleased to present Ripon College's 2021 Distinguished Educator Award to Ripon High School Band Director Sandra Paulsine. I would add that she has also been an adjunct professor of music here at Ripon College, teaching oboe and bassoon since 2006. I'm just going to get this out of the way now and say that you received your undergraduate award or undergraduate degree from Lawrence in music education before receiving a master's degree from Olivet Nazarene University. Ms. Paulsine is a legend in the Ripon community. She has inspired a generation of students to the joys of learning music, from working 0 hours before the sun comes up, to band, to more recently making sure that the music didn't stop online. Often I'm told she's doing this while wearing her trademark high heels and passing out freshly baked goods to her students. Through her hard work and focus, Ms. P has willed her students to aim higher, achieve more, and strive for perfection. In emails, she thanks her students for, quote, always doing your best in and outside of class. But in reality, it is all of us who should be thanking her for bringing her best inside and outside of class. Sandra? Each year, the senior class board recommends a senior to address the graduates on this special occasion. And our first senior speaker today is Dakota Marlega of Waupaca, Wisconsin. Dakota graduates today with a double major in communications and theater. During her time at Ripon, Dakota has been active on campus as a member of Kappa Delta sorority, College Democrats, Center for the Politics and the People, Greek Council, and Community. She's also worked with the Office of Marketing and Communications. After graduation, Dakota plans to work remotely in a marketing position for Curious, a California startup, and ultimately pursuing a PhD and a career as a professor. Dakota.
One of our first collective experiences at Ripon College is matriculation convocation. I distinctly remember ours. Ungodly hot. Aside from that, though, I also remember being in awe and drenched in my own sweat, listening to our alma mater, our school song. The first time I heard Far Within Wisconsin's Prairies, I wanted to be anywhere but. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely love Ripon now, but as a first-generation student coming in, I was deeply overwhelmed. I simply could not imagine spending the next 4 years of my life surrounded by such happiness and camaraderie. I really wish there was, a gigantic yellow warning label for your first semester at college. Whether you started in 2017 or transferred in at some point, no one actually had the time of their life those first few months. We were all awkward and uncomfortable, and yet still delighted to navigate and explore our college's endless opportunities. For the past 4 years, we have grown together, forming a unified voice as the class of 2021. It is a voice of family, tenacity, and support. Standing here now, I can't help but think of how perfectly our alma mater's final stanza applies to the class of 2021. Long she stood mid cloud and sunshine, firmly braved the storm. Loyal hearts now give thee greeting, praises true and warm. While this last year alone has proven the sheer resilience of this class, since our first days at Ripon, we've braved the storm. We grew into those friendly, helpful faces on campus that once terrified us. We are true and warm, living up to the words of our alma mater. During our time at Ripon, especially today, I've found it helpful, reassuring, and at times necessary to revisit this verse and think about everything my classmates and I have overcome. We moved into residence halls without air conditioning in the blistering summer heat. We survived when, after our first year, Starbucks tragically stopped being open until 7 o'clock at night, which in hindsight was probably for the best. We also navigated serious situations. We gained firsthand experience in civic discourse, unifying to respond to actions and speakers with whom we fundamentally disagreed. We made the transition to online classes at home, not knowing if we'd ever again return to our campus. Now, we are graduating in the midst of a pandemic. We are here in spite of every curveball thrown our way. To me, Ripon College is the chorus, and it has given each and every one of us solo opportunities. Today, Commencement is our finale, the showcase of all of our hard work. Ripon at its core is about the connections we form with one another. It is about the songs we share, the influences we have on each other, and the harmony we strike. So, let's talk about the songs of Ripon College. There's a song of leadership. They're not joking when they say you really can do it all at Ripon. Some of you led various clubs, worked multiple jobs, and still never lost your spot on Dean's List. Some of you served on Student Senate-appointed committees, stepping up to help institutional goals and representing us to faculty, staff, and alumni. Others grew confident in their ability to simply raise a hand and speak in class. That is leadership. You have role modeled the spirit of open inquiry, of a liberal arts education to future Red Hawks, and that is truly remarkable. There's a song of understanding. Second semester, my first year, I made the brilliant decision to fall asleep on top of my phone, and I missed my alarm for my Catalyst final. I woke up 45 minutes later, convinced I had to email Michelle Whitler immediately to drop out. I woke up 45 minutes later, saw several missed calls from classmates and an email from my professor, inviting me to join class when I could. At no other place would you be able to run into a final almost an hour late, sobbing in your pajamas, and get offered chocolate-covered coffee beans and a moment to collect yourself before taking your final. There's a song of civility, with its sister song Disagreement not far behind. Through our courses at Ripon, we've engaged in high-level, values-based discussions, and I have never left a lively classroom debate feeling as though I've made an enemy. If anything, it's made me respect others' opinions and healthily question my own. Our professors encourage us to become comfortable with the uncomfortable, and that sometimes means openly disagreeing with one another. Learning how to respectfully voice concerns and embrace open dialogue instead of tearing each other down is a tool we got at Ripon that is worth carrying for the rest of our lives. There is a song of connection. Each department at Ripon is its own unique family, and we've discovered our roles within them. We've attended end of the semester celebrations at a professor's house. We've openly broken down and sobbed in their offices, convinced the world was ending only to be comforted by their sage advice. We even know their dogs on a first-name basis. Although we haven't had these experiences for some time, they are forever a part of us. We can always come back to our mentors here for friendly advice, a conversation, or even a hug. Lean into this support system wholeheartedly, and never forget, class of 2021, that Ripon College is and always will be our home away from home. There's a song of artists dedicated to their craft. I've been fortunate enough to put in my time acting in Benstead, and I promise you when I say that our school's musicians, artists, and performers are the most talented individuals you'll ever meet. Thank you for enriching our lives with your art. There's a song of athletes, loud with perseverance. Despite a global pandemic, you all have found ways to not only commemorate your athleticism, but to continue it. Your commitment to your teams is a reminder to us all that there is strength in shared goals. There's a song of scientists and humanities scholars. From creating independent research projects to presenting original academic scholarship, you all have the skills now to become leaders in your own fields. Even if you had to climb up all 3 flights of stairs in West Hall to get that degree, you have finally made it, and you can literally breathe much more easily. There's a song of scientists, dedicated to learning formulas and applications so much so that they gladly sign up for 8 a.m. electives. Way to go on completing every last lab. Those hours at Far Hall were long, but I know you all will make the world a better place with the skills you've gained. Today, we rejoice at the song of graduates. Each name receiving a diploma today is but one of countless notes in our shared song. Today, graduates, we embrace the song of support. To the parents, guardians, brothers, sisters, faculty, staff, alumni, and everyone here or at home watching, thank you. Simply, thank you. To the class of 2021, we did it. We're graduating. We're entering another transition period in our lives, and I am so grateful to know that we will always have the support of Red Hawks wherever we go. In these next few months, years, and decades, our lives will be filled with new songs of promise, of disappointment, of unbelievable experiences, and we will be better because of them. No matter what happens from here on out, class of 2021, we can always return to that final stanza of our alma mater, of Ripon. Long she stood mid cloud and sunshine, firmly braved the storm. Loyal hearts now give thee greeting, praises true and warm. To my fellow classmates of the graduating class of 2021, I offer nothing but the sincerest, truest, and warmest praises to you all.
Thank you, Dakota. In keeping with today's theme of Wisconsin music, we present an honorary degree, Doctor of Humane Letters, to John Harmon.
I will read from the citation. With respect to your distinguished career as a composer, jazz pianist, and music educator spanning more than 8 decades, in recognition of your more than 160 published compositions and commissioned works for orchestra, chorus, band, brass ensemble, and jazz ensemble, in acknowledgement of your role as co-founder of the critically acclaimed jazz fusion group Matrix, and your contributions to the ensemble as a composer and performer, in admiration of your contributions to music education as a composer in residence for more than 40 elementary and secondary schools, and the Red Lodge Music Festival in Montana, as well as the University of Oshkosh and Lawrence University.
Okay, John Harmon, you have the hood. John Harmon, by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Ripon College, I confer upon you the degree Doctor of Humane Letters, with all rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto.
It's an overwhelming honor, believe me. So I thank, I thank those of you who are responsible for honoring me this way. But of course, the real stars of this show are sitting right over here. And that's not to diminish this honor that I've been conferred upon. But you guys are the ones, especially under the circumstances that you had to operate. Now, I once sat where you're sitting, or at least in the same figurative position, with a gown on that felt like a sauna in the hot sun. And I listened to a commencement address, which profoundly impacted me. So much so that I think it would be appropriate to share some of the wisdom that I inhaled that fine day some few years ago. I quote, blah, 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 blah. I mean, come on, you guys have worked hard. I know you don't want to hear some academic vaulting of launching into the great journey, the great adventure of life, et cetera, when really the speaker probably should have said, terribly sorry about the mess we've left you with. In any case, as a composer, I have been asked on a number of occasions, and I really mean this, how do you write a symphony? Well, that's a good question. The first time that I was approaching that blank, huge page with a piccolo up top and the flutes and then this and that and the other, all the way down to the double bass, I thought, I got this, no problem. Then I looked again and I said, I need a beer. It is a somewhat daunting task, but if you love what you're doing, there's nothing that you can, that takes the place or inhibits you, let's say. So making music, which I've been privileged to do for the last number of years, I've been lucky enough to travel great parts of the world, France, Germany, Italy, Austria, Hungary even, Japan, Russia. It's been a hell of a trip, just making music. And this being the theme, of course, I want to share some of the how, for example, how did I write a symphony? Well, a little anecdote, won't take long. True, I was probably 15 or 16 years old, and during the summers, I would work with this former farmer. He was brought up on a farm and became a close friend of mine, and I was kind of his assistant. Whatever he did, I tried to do, and he would direct me and so forth. Well, we had the task of clearing this 2.5 acre field of its stones. So, with a shovel, a pick, and a rake, we started in. A couple hours later, I'd had it. I wasn't built for that kind of work. I looked up, his name was Romy, and I said, geez, Romy. I looked at how little we had accomplished in those 2 hours, and he said, never look at how much you have to do, what's left. Only look at what you're doing and do it good. Those were his words, do it good. Well, it's a different game. If you just focus and concentrate on doing good on what you're doing, believe it or not, in a few weeks, the field was cleared. It's a good lesson. We called it the Romy principle in our household. And I taught it to all 4 of my boys. And it works. So that might be of some value to you along the line. Now, as a performer, I've been lucky enough to, as I said, do a lot of traveling. Well, I had this gig. I was living in New York City, and I was contracted just to come over to Bermuda for a month. Bermuda is this little semi-tropical island, 350 miles off the coast of the Carolinas. It's a gorgeous place. 21 square miles, that's all it is. So I've got this gig in a nightclub right in the center of the island at a town called Hamilton. And it was the centerpiece of the whole island. So my gig was as follows. It's a little club called the Écarté, seated maybe 120 people. And it had little candle lights around, very intimate. So from 10 o'clock in the evening till midnight, I would play solo piano. Great. I loved playing solo piano. But then at midnight, the hotels would close, and I would inherit a bass player and a drummer. Cool. And any musicians who wanted to sit in, we'd play till 3 a.m. Sounds like a lot. It was all fun to me. But so one night I'm playing the solo part, and a gentleman walked in and he had a tuxedo with one of those funny continental ties. So I figured he must be an entertainer or something. And he called me over after I took a break, bought me a beer, which immediately I liked him. And he was very complimentary. And I said, well, what's your position here? And he says, well, I'm playing on one of the cruise boats. I'm a pianist also. So he got up. I invited him, why don't you start the next set? So he got up, and he was very flashy. Now, he wasn't playing jazz, my kind of music. He was playing very flowery stuff, very very impressive. He had chops to burn. The guy could play. So when I went up to go back on the stand, I was a little naive, and I started competing, trying to own up to what I just heard, and it didn't work too well. So he called me over so when I finished the set, and he said, you know, when I walked in here, I heard kind of a unique voice. It was cool. And then after I played, I heard somebody wasn't the same person at all. You were competing with me. He said, listen, man, I play for tourists. You play for listeners. Don't ever forget it. And he walked out. Never saw him again. But he's like an angel. What a lesson. What an incredible lesson. I think Shakespeare said it first, above all, you know the phrase, to thine own self be true. Well, I got a good slap upside the head from that mysterious angel who came in that night. Great lesson I learned. Finally, probably the most impacting thing that I've done in my musical life was to be a part of this group that was mentioned in the credits, and that was a silly pipe dream I had. The silly pipe dream is to have this forward-looking band go out into the world with challenging new music that had never been heard before and knock the world over. Well, it didn't work quite as easily as I had imagined, but my vision was pretty clear. So as they said, I was a co-founder of this group, and we put it together. And it was a 9-piece band, and how do you survive in a world playing jazz music when it has been researched that jazz music exists on perhaps 2 to 2.5% of the market share? That's a pretty tiny piece of the pie. Well, so we couldn't play jazz music at first. We had to do cover music, which I didn't know much about, but all these young guys that were in the band who had been, I'm sorry to have to admit, they were also in Lawrence. Anyway, they were such a great group I sort of cherry-picked the guys that I thought would be fulfilling the needs of what my vision was. Well, it turns out after a year and a half, we stopped doing cover, and by then we had built a music of the stuff that we were really wanting to dig our teeth into. But of course, all the venues we played dried up. We didn't work for several months. However, through a little squalling here, a little scrubbing here, a little begging here, we managed to do some regional work. But none of the Class A rooms. And we were playing, we had done some demonstration recording in Chicago at a place. And somehow, we were kind of musically treading water at this point. We weren't recorded by any major label. And we had all this music that was totally fresh, totally new. And we were making a little noise, and some of the heavy hitters from Chicago would come up to hear us because this incredible brass section. We had 6 horns, 3 trumpets, 2 trombones, including your very own Dr. Dietrich. Come on now, some of you had him. Yeah, he was wonderful. And it turns out, check this scenario out. A young man whose name is Dennis takes the afternoon off from his office. He's set up a tryst with a young lady and is on his way. And somehow, he turned on the jazz station. He was a jazz enthusiast. And somehow, one of our demonstration recordings was programmed into this afternoon's work. The guy was so blown away. He pulled off the road, found a phone, called up his lady friend and said, "My dear, change of plans." What happened was he turned right around, went back to his office. His office happened to be the Willard Alexander Agency. It's a booking agency. Now, what are the chances? I mean, it's like 1 in a million. The guy heard us, was blown away. That's to some degree, I'm not trying to boast here, but because it was a hell of a band, I can promise you that. And he immediately called up Mr. Alexander himself in New York, and he told all the other agents in the Chicago office. And with the help of another gentleman, Mr. Alexander himself came out to hear us. He too was blown away, loved us. To make the long story short, we signed with the Willard Alexander Agency. Under his umbrella, on his roster, Count Basie, Duke Ellington, Woody Herman, Stan Kenton, Buddy Rich, Thad Jones, Mel Lewis Orchestra, and the ghost bands of Tommy Dorsey and Glenn Miller. So this guy booked big bands, and he was one of the most powerful men in the industry. And he loved us. This was the break we were waiting for. So short, I'll make this as short as possible, but I got to share this one anecdote with Matrix. Our first bona fide tour, we weren't even recorded yet. We had this wonderful tour from the Midwest that worked our way out to California. And the crown jewel of our booking, and they were wonderful venues, by the way, colleges, junior colleges, lovely stuff compared to some of the B rooms that we were playing. This is what happened. In the 2/3 of the way through the tour, of all things, we were featured at the Monterey Jazz Festival. Now, Monterey, California is near Carmel, one of the most beautiful spots on earth. Also, it's one of the most important jazz festivals in the world. And here's this 9-piece group of no names from the Midwest, and we're going to be featured. We opened the Sunday night show. It started on Friday night, then it went Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening, then Sunday afternoon, and Sunday evening. And we opened this about 7 o'clock in the evening, opened the Sunday night show. Well, these people were ready for us. That whole festival, by just luck, I guess, was kind of conventional stuff, nothing very contemporary or forward-looking. Great stuff, mind you, but not very forward-looking. And here comes Matrix. Well, from the first tune, we knew we had them in our hip pocket. They were loving us. Well, we get to the end of the set, we had this incredible piece by Fred Sturm. You may have heard of him, one of the great composer, educator guys in the business of education. Anyway, he'd written this piece called, it was based on Childhood's End, Arthur C. Clarke's book, and it was called Last Generation. And as the piece was, it was a killer piece, by the way. And towards the climax of the piece, these synthesizers and a couple of voices started this low crescendo that built. In the meantime, the intensity in the rhythm section was growing. And Monterey happens to be close to the Monterey Airport. And almost as though God orchestrated it, as a jet flew over and it synced in with our crescendo to this incredible finish, after which I have never seen 7,000 people leap to their feet and just scream. And we were looking around and said, what the hell just happened? It was an amazing moment. I still get goosebumps thinking about it. And this is 1976, a few years ago. Anyway, I forgot to bring, but there was a wonderful article written by the great Leonard Feather commending the virtues and the potential of this amazing orchestra, in his words. So even a harebrained 1 in a million shot sometimes works if you believe strongly enough. So I'm going to leave you with this, what has been my, I guess, mantra for the last number of years. It was part of a book by Antoine de Saint-Exupéry, a very famous little book called The Little Prince. In it, in the narrative, the little prince has tamed the fox. But then the little prince has to leave, and so the fox, who is befriended and adores the little prince, decides to give him a going-away gift. So this is his gift he gave to him, speaking it. He also wrote it down, but he spoke to the little prince saying, "It is only with the heart that one can see clearly. What is essential is invisible to the eye." Still gets me. So, when you go out there in that big pond, if you're engaging this apparatus, your heart, you'll do fine. I wish you well. I congratulate you and all that, but you're going to get that all day long. I'm going to play one piece for you, which says it all. It's called "I Raise My Glass to You."
Thank you, John, and thank you for that beautiful composition. The Medal of Merit is the highest honor Ripon College can bestow upon an alumnus or an alumna. It has been awarded to graduates with distinguished professional achievement, exemplary personal qualities, and near lifetime service to Ripon College. we're honored to award the 2021 Ripon Medal of Merit to Guy Henshaw, Honorary Life Trustee, and Susan Siegel Henshaw, both Ripon College, class of 1968. Dean Sisko will read the Henshaw's citation. There is no citation. Guy and Susan, I am so pleased, though, to recognize your many contributions to Ripon College. There are many, many words one could say for all of the years of service that you have given to Ripon, but the most important is thank you. So Guy and Susan really are a testament to the fact that the bonds of Ripon College do not end at commencement, but can continue to grow over the course of a lifetime. So congratulations to the Henshaws.
Thank you, President Massetti, the Board of Trustees, and Ripon College for this recognition. My grandmother made me do it. She and my great aunt were in the class of 1912. She'd been my 7th and 8th grade English teacher. In 1967, she visited the family at Christmas and asked about my college plans and said, "Of course you're going to Ripon College." Ripon and the study of the liberal arts laid a foundation for my educational life. There were professors who played key roles for me, both while I was at Ripon and later on in my life, whether I ever told them or not. Dr. Livingston, economics, Dr. Hannaford, philosophy, and Dr. Schuf's, economics. I never took a course for a grade from Livingston or Schuf's, but we talked over the years and they guided my career and my life. I've always felt that the liberal arts education was timeless and vital for the well-being and growth of an individual and, for that matter, our society. We find ourselves again at an inflection point. Science and technology are driving us to a new age. It seems that in this environment, we feel we must respond by seeking more specialization, more focused, more narrow, more siloed politically and socially and intellectually. In much of our society, we discourage broad education and encourage devotion to the next new thing. The liberal arts created the opportunity to learn more, listen more, question more, and to understand about the interconnectedness of knowledge, thought, actions, and consequences, to seek not silos, but vistas. Thank you, Ripon College. As much as Susan and I have received from Ripon, we have always tried to give back in some small way. We joined the Heritage Society the year we graduated. We donated to support the faculty and the physical plant. We supported the college with our work, our ideas, and our donations. It's been a privilege. We encourage all alumni to join us and many others to increase their ongoing support of the college. Thank you for this honor that you've presented to us. Susan and I will treasure the Medal of Merit and Ripon College for life.
It is also a tradition at Ripon College that each year the graduating class presents a gift to the college. Presenting this year's senior class gift are the senior class officers, Austin Anderson, Caitlin Hutchinson, Cameron Klein, and Anya Korovets. Would you please come forward? I think we can applaud them, can't we?
Thank you, President Massetti. The Senior Class Gift Committee has been working to make the class of 2021 Senior Class Gift a truly memorable one. Without the help of the Ripon College community, this effort would not have been successful. We are now here to show you just how much the class of 2021 appreciates Ripon College and all of the sacrifices made to ensure that we could be here today on this stage. This year's class gift will go directly to the Ripon One Fund to ensure a strong future for all Ripon College Redhawks. A special thanks goes out to both the Alumni Association Board of Directors and to Gary Page, former trustee and member of the class of 1984, for their continued support of the senior class gift. We look forward to following in your generous footsteps as we embrace our new role as Ripon College alumni. Our class went above and beyond in our giving this year, with 11 of our classmates joining the prestigious 1851 Club with generous gifts throughout the year, adding to our legacy at Ripon College. We were also near the top of the class leadership board on One Day Rally, Ripon College's annual day of giving, with 40 students making a gift to the college. President Massetti, the class of 2021 is pleased to inform you that 49% of our senior class has participated this year, and thanks to the generosity of the Alumni Board, we were able to present this gift of $2,355.45 to the senior class gift. We appreciate everyone who made this total a possibility. You should all take great pride in our gift and our long-lasting impact on our alma mater.
Thank you, and a sincere thank you to members of the class of 2021 for your generosity. To welcome our graduates to the ranks of Ripon College alumni, I'd like to introduce Kimberly Larson, Ripon College class of 2008 and president of the Ripon College Alumni Association of Directors. Kimberly.
Graduates of the Ripon College class of 2021, congratulations. As president of the Ripon College Alumni Association Board of Directors, it is my honor and privilege to officially welcome you to the ranks of Ripon College alumni. We are excited to be adding the class of 2021 to our family of over 11,000 alumni worldwide. Please know that your addition will make us all stronger. Commencement is a celebration in which the whole Ripon College community shares in your achievements and honors you for your efforts, your commitment to excellence, and your many successes over the past 4 years. Today is all about celebrating you. I speak on behalf of all alumni when I offer my congratulations on getting to this moment. As you move to a new place or traveled on your next adventures, you will find Ripon connections nearly everywhere you go. From personal experience, I can tell you that once you find out you are both Ripon graduates, you will see the smile, the knowing look, you will greet each other as old friends, and you both will feel that special connection that only being a part of the Ripon family can bring. As you begin in this new journey, the Ripon College Alumni Association will continually be there to help. As new Ripon alumni, there are now many opportunities to develop relationships with your extended family, alumni of all ages who share the Ripon College experience and community. Going forward, please make sure to take advantage of all alumni events, regional get-togethers, alumni weekend, and many other networking opportunities. No matter how many years are between you, the story sharing and laughs about Ripon experiences will make you feel right at home. You are never too young to become involved in your new role as alumnus or alumna of the college. When I sat in those chairs in 2008, I never imagined that 13 years later I would be standing before the class of 2021 at your commencement. You will find that life takes many unexpected twists and turns. The lessons learned at Ripon, both in and out of the classroom, and the friendships you made over the years have helped me in countless ways on my journey, and I know that they will do the same for you. On behalf of all alumni, congratulations and welcome to the Ripon College alumni family.
Thank you, Kimberly. Our second senior class speaker this year is Noah Fish of Wisconsin Dells, Wisconsin. Noah graduates today with a double major in communications and sports management and a minor in politics and government. During his time at Ripon, Noah has also been an active participant in campus life. He was captain of the men's soccer team, an executive member of the Sigma Chi fraternity, president of the Student Athlete Advisory Committee, and worked as an intern in the Office of Marketing and Communication. After graduation, Noah plans to work as the Director of Media Relations with the Palm Springs Power, a summer collegiate baseball program. Noah.
Good afternoon, and congratulations to the Ripon College class of 2021. Classmates, we've been through a lot. A lot of changes happened in the time we were here. Storzer turned into the Wilmore, the CLC turned into the Franzine Center, El Fugone turned into Aromas, Sodexo turned into Sage, and of course, on a more global scale, one of the biggest events that happened in our time here. The Jonas Brothers finally got back together. But in all seriousness, yes, a global pandemic comes with some huge challenges. We could not have gone through all this change without those who helped us along the way. Faculty, staff, friends, family. On behalf of the class of 2021, I want to say thank you. Thank you for the countless hours you all put in to help us reach this point in our lives today and to safely walk across this stage. I would like to personally thank my teammates, my brothers, the Commons workers who would always greet us with a smile and make us feel welcome, the security guards who were always there to check in on us working late around campus, and of course, for those of you who know me, I couldn't give a big speech like this without giving a shout out to my favorite restaurant in town, Quick Trip. Being the best gas station in the world, they were always open when I was pulling an all-nighter for school or for when the boys were just having a good night. I really wish they would consider my idea of accepting rally dollars as a real currency, but nevertheless, thank you all. The theme for this year's commencement is to celebrate the music we have here. Now, our class has a long list of favorite musicians who would play throughout campus, like Jack Harlow, Bad Bunny, Young Gravy, Taylor Swift, Dua Lipa, Doja Cat. But the music that we appreciate the most here is the sounds we experienced every day. The birds chirping throughout campus, the grass as it waved in the prairie, and the laughter we shared with one another. Now, I know not all of us heard the same sounds every day, but Ripon provides its students with the necessary tools to write their own songs and to make their own music. When the entire world was put on pause, we all had to adjust. Instead of having weekly quizzes, we had weekly quizzes and weekly COVID tests. And if you failed one of those COVID tests, you were awarded the opportunity to go tickle your brain as you had to shove a Q-tip all the way up your nose. I don't remember that being a part of the recruitment brochure I received when I was in high school. Also, I'm really looking forward to finally deleting that Campus Clear app off of my phone that let us into buildings. But we found a way to make the best of our situation because Red Hawks are built to persevere in the difficult times. Instead of playing cards in person, we played Among Us online against one another. Instead of worrying about what we were going to wear that day, we had competitions to see who had the funniest Zoom background. I would also like to point out it is way more nerve-wracking to present this speech today in front of all of you than it was to do my Catalyst presentation in my pajama pants. So what is next for us? My freshman year, the men's soccer coach preached to us the saying, "What next?" He told us this to remind us whenever things don't go our way, on or off the field, we don't have time to dwell on the past. We must refocus on the game and move on to what's next. This is not how I expected my senior year to go. I was not expecting my dorm room to also be my classroom. I might add, it is by far the messiest classroom I have ever had. I was also not expecting athletic seasons and events that we usually have on campus to be cut. I was not expecting my friends and I to see our loved ones as little as we did. I was not expecting to miss some of the things I had taken for granted in my first few years here. Obviously, I miss playing pool in the spot, having lounge parties, and all the aspects of big social gatherings, but I think more than that, I miss in-person office hours. I miss seeing people's full faces, and I miss shaking hands and giving hugs. Even through all the obstacles that we faced this year and all that we missed, I am beyond thankful for what we are able to have. We had class, we had sports, we had events, and we had one another. Growing up, I always heard that after college, you better get ready to face the real world. Today, standing before you all, I say no. The real world better get ready for us. I can confidently say that the class of 2021 is just built different. Within this class are some of the greatest, strongest, goofiest, kindest, and best people I've ever met. No matter what road we all end up going on, I am confident that even through the hills and valleys, our class is going to make a big difference. Now, is it going to be easy? No. Do we all know what is going to happen after we graduate here, or what exactly we all are going to do down the line? Absolutely not. But if I have learned anything in my time here, it's that Red Hawks, we will continue to make our own music, because we are one and we are ready. Congratulations once again, and thank you.
Thank you, Noah.
Will the members of the graduating class please rise? President Massetti, it is my pleasure to present to you the members of the Ripon College class of 2021, who by the vote of the faculty have completed the course of study for the degree Bachelor of Arts.
Before I actually confer degrees upon you, I'd ask you, as your time as college students come to a close, to take a few moments to think about the special people who played the most important roles in getting you to this point in your lives. Would you please turn, I guess this way, this time it's turning to that direction. Would you please turn toward the audience here and then sort of figuratively to the camera, for those of you who are watching online. And would you please nod and acknowledge those who have supported you in pursuit of your degree, and take this opportunity for you to show them your appreciation. Thank you, parents and families. You have every reason to be proud. And now, by the action of the faculty, the Board of Trustees concurring, and by the virtue of the authority invested in me, I confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Arts with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Okay, so now will all but the first row be seated, and Dean Sisko will present the members of the Ripon College class of 2021 for their diplomas.
Emily Marie Allard. Austin Thomas Anderson. Erin Margaret Bailey. Brooke Elizabeth Bauer. Maceo Betrell Bishop. Stephanie Wahan. Melinda Faye Boehm. Courtney T. Bowles. Jacqueline Botello. Maggie Whitmer Boak. Sierra Jean Butella. Tori A. Brown. William Robert Breitenhagen. Angel Journey Monique Bridges. Brittany Renee Brown. Alejandra Cardenas. Ezekiel Taylor Carson. Bo Michael Thomas Carey. Dominica Louise Cipriani. Michael Evan Cahoon. Ava Elizabeth Conrad. Will Riley Cooley. Haley Lynn Corcoran. Parker J. Cox. McKenna E. Doms. Daisha Davis. Suzanne Jill Day. Helena Estelle Decker. James Peter DeRose. Morgan Danielle Devine. Megan Elizabeth Dilly. Nicholas T. Ditscheit. Valerie Dornboss. Luke Allen Dretsky. Michaela Barbara Encarnacion. Noah Robert Fish. Kirsten Ann Funk. Daniel Alberto Garcia. Josephine Ann Garrett. Shreya Gautam. Natalie Anita Geiger. Benjamin William Georgia. Julia Gakes. Kaylee Elizabeth Grabowski. Rebecca Renee Grote. Aspen T. Gunslickson. Madeira Rose Hall. Cameron J. Hamilton. Ali Hamza. Callista Carney Hansen. Alicia Noel Harvette. Jillian Elizabeth Heidenreich. Aubrey May Herban. Margaret Grace Heron. Erica S. Herwig. Rachel Lynn Hicks. Vanessa Joy Huck. Caitlin Hutchinson. Miguel Manuel Ibarra. Mitchell J. Jandren. Kyle Kurt Jobke. Keegan Andrew Johnston. Chan Kine. Maeve N. Kim. Madison B. King. Nadia Kirkmeyer. The diploma for Nadia will be presented by her mother, Hikmet Muhammad, wife of Professor Andrew Kirchmeyer, member of the Ripon College Department of Educational Studies from 1992 to his death in 2008. Elise Ann Clowder. Cameron Christopher Klein. Anna Ashley Coles. Rebecca Joylyn Kolenda. Anya Levaisa Korovitz. Hannah Mae Krieger. Madeline Sunshine Cool. Connor W. Kuhn. Aaron Richard Kurz. Timothy Robert Ladowig. Brooklyn L. Landgraf. Tyus Lakai Larson. Ni Wang Lee. Amanda Lee. Andrea L. Lemkuhl. Alexis Rose Lintz. Addison Heya Lindsay. Thanks. Geneva Marie Lindsay. Selena Rose Edulita Luna. Dakota Marie Marliga. Juan Carlos Martinez Razo. Megan Marie McHugh. Caitlin McNulty. Jessica S. Miles. Mandalay Elise Christine Monsanto. Christopher David Mooney. Tyler Munoz. Taylor Nicole Notsky. Jessie Lynn Ney. Shane William Nelson. Hannah Marie Olson. Beatrice Pedroza. Nicole Elise Petrovic. Jacob Thine Pladel. Molly Rose Potter. Thomas Kenneth Paulette. Danielle Jo Marie Ratcliffe. Marie Emmeline Reber. Caroline Victoria Reed. Haley Ann Ryerson. Alexis Marie Riggs. Micaela Marie Rivera. Kiera Lynn Roby. Allison Margaret Retz. Beatrice Ramon Carpintero. Quinton Rock. Tutis Radzinskas. Abigail Grace Ryan. Kelly Jean Sarf. Camry Ann Schmitz. Brianna Rose Schnell. Jenna Nicole Shainman. Bradley C. Schrader. Ashley Rose Schutte. Lily J. Smith. Shannon M. Sorbo. Brady Alexander Spores. Leslie Ann Stark. Seth Patrick Stolfus. Giselle Tillis. Kylie M. Tomaszek. Madison Ann Tomaszek. Charlotte Ann Tournay. Lauren Marie Van den Hovel. Molly E. Wagoner. Aliena Walls. Emily Martine Elizabeth Wammer, diploma presented by her father, Steve Wammer, Ripon College head coach of softball. Mackenzie E. Warner. Shay Weingart. Danielle Therese Weniger. Gunnar A. Winchell. Conrad Thomas Winkleman. Stephanie R. Zeiger. Jacqueline Ann Zeman.
How about a round of applause for all of our graduates? So good afternoon again. Today I carry a coin, and I gave a coin to each member of the class of 2021 on the afternoon of August 29th, 2017. And I saw several of you carrying this coin as you were crossing the stage today. That day, August 29th, 2017, was your first full day on campus. And I, of course, still have my coin that day, and I'm glad that a few of you have yours. 4 years is a long time when you're 21 or 22. It feels a little bit less when you're 52, but that's the way it is. 4 years is 16 seasons come and gone, and here we are on May 16th, 2021, and it is time for your college days at Ripon to end. And my guess is when you think back on that day in 2017, well, who really could have imagined the last 4 years? I hope, and I think my faculty and staff colleagues hope as well, that with the passage of time, we will all remember less about things like Canvas and Zoom and spitting in a cup to get tested for COVID. And we're going to think more about the successes that you achieved in the classroom, the relationships you built with professors and staff, the friendships, the successes on the playing field in your artistic and your creative work. You have grown and benefited from working with us, but each of us are better because of each of you. My memories of the past 4 years likely mirror some of yours as well. They're moments that will be cherished because they will not come again. Together we watched the Wilmore Center open and were the first to use it for 4 years. We traveled on career discovery tours, we went to NCAA tournaments, we painted murals, and we celebrated the small joys of studying and living together in person. And oh yes, new laundry machines, better food in the commons, you all demanded it and we did our best to respond. I know you have other memories of Ripon and they will change as you grow older. For many of you, your years here will become larger and more powerful. And for others, Ripon will become a fun, sun-drenched or maybe snow-drenched memory of your special time in your life. Now, much of my job, usually when we're not in COVID, entails going around the country and speaking with Ripon's 10,000 alumni. And the conversation often starts with, who were the people that made a difference for you when you were in college? And I assume one day a future president of Ripon will come to see you, probably, by the way, asking for a donation, but this is another story. And by the way, you ought to give him or her whatever they're asking for in the future. But this future president will ask you about the people who inspired you at Ripon, and you will have a story ready. So maybe it was studying painting with Raphael Salas. Maybe it was playing basketball for Lauren Bustalaki, or tagging bluebirds with Mamuna Khan, or dissecting the art of communication with Jody Roy. For some of you, the ROTC program at Ripon will be the beginning of a lifetime of military service. Others of you will remember a trip to Italy to study the history of Rome with Diane Mockridge and Travis Nygaard. No matter what you remember in the years ahead about Ripon, today we celebrate your past and your future. And just after this ceremony, there'll be some air hugs, I guess. But there'll be some air hugs, and there'll be smiles and tears. And we will take photos to preserve the moment, because it is a happy and a sad moment in some ways, all rolled into one. And a month from now, at orientation, a new batch of first-year students from the class of 2025 will walk the same pathways that you all have walked, sleep in the same dorms, hike on the same prairie, and exercise on the same equipment in the Wilmore Center. And I will give those new first-year students a coin in August as they begin their journey to the place you sit now. And so it is important that as the years pass that you remember Ripon College, this place you called home for the past 4 years, the alumni who came before you, and those who are yet to be part of the Ripon experience. And for the last 4 years, you have needed Ripon. Starting now, Ripon needs you. It needs your expertise, it needs your smarts, it needs your connections, and yes, it does need your resources. This college is what it is today because of the generosity of those that preceded you. It's said that to make people happy is one of the greatest things you can ever do, and I know I speak for my faculty colleagues and my staff colleagues as we look out over your smiling faces and your proud relatives. There is much, much to be happy about today. We won't forget you. Don't forget Ripon. I wish you all good things today and in the years ahead. Thank you. I'm now going to ask everyone to stand. And I'm going to remind you first here to exit the ceremony the same way we entered. So single file up the walkway. And while we won't do our traditional sort of hugging up the thing, people I assume will mill around and take pictures and so forth. So please rise as we're rising here and join in the singing of the Alma Mater, played by members of today's brass quartet. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the 154th commencement exercises of Ripon College. Thank you all for joining us today. And again, to continue to ensure everyone's safety, please exit the ceremony site through the same point you entered. We will ask guests to remain in their seats until graduates, followed by faculty and the platform, have recessed. Congratulations, class of 2021.
you.